Hey everyone, my name's James Hannan. I'm with
Naomi Joy. We are so excited to be here today with you at AIM, and congratulations on putting aside today to grow as an individual and grow as a business person, which is so important to move on to next year and achieve those goals and those things in your heart.
one of the most important things that you can be doing for your future is planning for it. And most people, they don't take the time to plan. They put in a lot of thought. They go, yes, I'm going to plan, I'm going to plan, I'm going to plan, but they actually don't. It's the success-minded individual who takes the moment, just a moment, to plan out their future, to write down what they want, and to go and move into the future with intent. So today we're going to be going through a simple planning methodology that we've implemented for ourselves. It works for us, and we hope that you enjoy it. Now, in this, we're also going to give you something free, a beautiful gift from us to you. All you need to do is get in contact with the Manatech head office, and they will send it out to you. It's a planner that we've put together. No, there's no branding or anything on it. It's yours. So do with it whatever you want, and we hope that you enjoy it. So let's get into this. So first of all, it's so exciting to be here at AIM. See, today we're talking about how everything that you need to create a life of meaning. Business owners, network marketers, solopreneurs, everyone struggles to achieve their goals, make more money, and create a life of meaning. They watch everything pass them by because things become too hard, or life becomes hard, or time, I ran out of time. The stark reality, 87% of people feel like their life and work has no real meaning. The idea of making serious money is becoming a fantasy. People have been trying to build their businesses, or you may have been trying to build your business for many years, and you haven't broken through yet. You're looking at things and going, it's just all too hard. I don't know what to do. You do your to-do lists that never get completed. In fact, they just grow and grow and grow, and goals never get achieved. You know, so much so that you've probably become afraid to even write a goal down. And there's a war that's going on between your head and your heart. Your heart is saying, go for it. You can do it. You're a champion. Your head is saying, be real, control yourself here, be realistic. You can't do that. You've never done that before. That goal, that expectation's too high. So competing commitments start to take over. You want one thing, but you also want another thing. See, one of the things that you want is you don't want to let anyone down. You don't want to be uncomfortable, but you also want success. So they're three things, or just three things that you want. You don't just want to be a success, but you also don't want, which is another want, believe it or not, to be uncomfortable. You don't want to feel like a failure, or you don't want to feel rejection. You don't want to feel that twang or that pain of someone saying no, but you want it all. You want to feel good. You want success. But the challenge is, which one is going to rule you? Is it going to be you're going to stay comfortable because you don't want to become uncomfortable, or are you going to do the activities that require success? So you start your business, you start moving, you sit down with your upline, your leader, your team. You might even sit down with Jenny or someone at corporate, and you got all this enthusiasm. You're excited, you're motivated, you're ready to move, you're ready to get something done, but you write your goals, you set your times, and then, have you ever noticed, this is when the family needs you? Have you noticed that all of a sudden you needed more at work? Your sporting team needs you. Oh, we haven't got enough people. Please don't quit this year. We need you to keep running and keep being on the team. Your friends need you because obviously they can't live their life without you. Your church needs you because they can't run the kids group without you. You need to do social media, and then you need you. So all of a sudden you feel like you've got all of these things requiring you, and you have so little time left to go after the things that really matter, to achieve the things. You see, it doesn't have to be an either or. And while you look at life as an either or, meaning I can have this, which means I can't have that, then you're missing out. It can be a win-win. It just means some things are not yet. You see, you look at your day and you realize nothing got done. At the end of it, you go, I had all these grand and wonderful plans. However, at the end of the day, you've looked back and you said, I have achieved nothing. So what you do is you do what everybody else does, is you put it off until tomorrow, and you rationalize yourself and say, well, that's okay, I've still got tomorrow. And what's a day? Or what's a minute? What's an hour? What's a week? I've still got plenty more. And unfortunately, what happens is those days, those hours, those minutes, those weeks, those months, those years, you never get back. And what you can achieve in those times will astound you when you're fully committed, fully prepared, and ready to move. You see, tomorrow never comes, and it ends up being a mirror of today. Because until you control your future, until you control your day, until you control the distractions that you have, then you're not going to be able to control anything else, because they are controlling you. Let me say that again. Until you control your day, until you control your plan, until you control all of the distractions, they will control you. So doubt creeps in at this point, because now all of a sudden nothing's happening, nothing's moving forward. Fear starts to take over and excuses become more rampant. You have all these wonderful goals. So what you start to do now is you go, well, that goal's too big for me. That requires too much. I'm going to start drawing it back. I'm going to start, that was unrealistic to set that goal. I was unrealistic to make a decision to go after that. What was I thinking? That was always too big. And I've never achieved things like that before, so I'm going to make it less. So now you're creating a new story. This isn't for me. Your Manatech business isn't for me. You can't do this. And now all of a sudden, because you've gone this story that you're starting to create, you've said you're a failure, and this just isn't true. It's just not right. You see, have you thought of how much this is costing you by giving up? The cost of making a decision that you are a failure, or making a decision that this isn't for you, or making a decision that you can't do this financially, emotionally, psychologically, and physically. Think about it. You've lost income. You've lost respect by others and yourself just by giving up. People don't lose respect for you by continuing the battle. In fact, as you continue the battle and you start to break through in certain areas, you gain more respect from individuals. They only lose respect for you when you quit, when you stop, when you make this part of your story. But worse yet, you lose hope in your future. But what about your family? What does it cost them? You've promised those dream holidays. You've promised them the better home. You've promised them the better life. You may not have said it, but you said it in your heart. You said it in your spirit that this is what's going to come. And sometimes we don't realize that when we let go of something, we're let going of far more than just the ability to grow an income. This moment matters. Okay, this moment right now, the way you're finishing this year and the way you're starting next year matters. How do you want them to remember this time in your life? How do you want your children, your grandchildren, those neighbors, your friends, your family, your boss, your community to remember this time? How do you want the rest of Manatech to remember you? Here's the reality: you matter. I love what Grant Cardone says. He says the goal isn't the issue, and it should never be reduced. But in fact, what happens is you get a goal and you set that goal, and all of a sudden you don't achieve that goal because you didn't understand the reality or realize it's the energy that is the issue, and it needs to be increased. Some of you are thinking, I want to be a presidential, a bronze presidential, silver, gold, platinum. I want to be on a six-figure income. I want to earn an incentive. You set the goal, but you don't realize that the energy required to achieve the goal is more than you expected. So what you have to do is, rather than reduce the goal, increase the energy, increase the activity, increase the thing that you want to achieve. Every time that I've gone after something that I felt valuable, that I felt important, I've realized that it's taken far more energy than I realized it would. But rather than reduce the goal, I increased my energy. I got up earlier. I went to bed later. I read more. I listened more. I counseled more. I got the information that I needed because I realized that what I want is better than what I have. And that might be about weight loss. It might be about getting fit. It might be about just looking after your health. Or it could even be bigger. It could be about you deciding that you're going to change the lives of people all over the world and save the lives of children through our mission 5 million. You've spoken about it. You've talked about it. You've dreamed about it. Now it's time to make it real. The future you want will only become a reality when you know 3 things: what, why, and how. Then you follow those 3 things up with the most important component: action. Clarity is key. When you are clear, confusion is removed. So you need to get the clarity of what you want to do. However, your heart and your mind are still at war. Your competing commitments are still there. You need to have the understanding that you're still going to want to be comfortable. You're still going to want to sit around. You're still going to want to not have to call people because you don't want to feel that twang of regret or that twang of defeat. Just know that you don't want to let anyone down. You don't want to be uncomfortable, but you want success. You want to know that these 3 things are competing against you. They still live inside of you. You still have to work out all of these things. You still have to work your family out, your boss out, your sporting teams out, your friends, your church, your social media, and you. You still have to work these things out. But how? Well, this is how.
So I'm going to take over from now, and we're going to go into the goal setting and life planning system. So you would have got an email yesterday from Olivia. It will also be in the Manatech library if you wanted to download this and use this. Like James said, clarity is the key, and this is going to help you get clear on what action you need to take. And so let's go into this in the first part of the goal setting is your reality check. And this is where things get real. And you need to ask yourself these questions, because you can't move forward if you don't know what's going on or what hasn't worked. And so right there, you want to ask yourself, what aren't I happy with at the moment? So in your business or even in your personal life, because it's all intertwined. So if you're not exercising, not eating right, it does impact the way that you build a business, because you're not as excited, you're not as fresh, you don't have as much energy. So what aren't I happy with at the moment? And then we want to bring in that positive, because if we're always down on ourselves, then that's not going to help you. It's not going to help you be motivated. So what am I happy with at the moment? What am I doing right? Are you exercising? Are you reaching out to people? What are you doing well? And that's your reality check to move forward. Then we go on to what's important. Now this is going to take some time here, and I want you to really, I'll talk to you a little bit in a moment about what to do, but take some time here and really think about, what is it that I want to be remembered for? And, is it what's going to be your legacy moving forward? Is it you want to give your grandchildren an inheritance? Is it, that you want your life intertwined with other people's success stories that change their life? Is it that you want to nourish more children? What do you want to be remembered for? What's important to you? And that's going to be different for everybody, and a very personal time. And I want you to really think about that, get deep into your heart on that and write that down. You might need many pages for that, and that's okay as well. The next thing that we move into is your commitment. So these are the 3 things that I will change this year. Well, we're talking about next year, 2022. So the 3 things that you will change. So you want to think about those 3 things. You might have written down 10 things. We just want to pick out the big 3 things that you're going to change. And most importantly, why do you want to change those? What is it about that that's holding you back from moving forward? So really think about that too. Again, get into your heart. Well, why do I want to change it? Why is that important to me? Then we move on to creating a dream board. And this is something I regularly do about between that December 25th through to New Year. and create a dream board. And this might be like a digital version of a dream board. It might be, you know, you just do it on a cardboard, whatever that is to you. Sit down, take some time to really dream again. And I think for many people over the last couple of years, it's been tough. We've had dreams and maybe we haven't reached them, and you know, life's been turned upside down. Now's the time to dream again. We're moving forward, and we're moving forward into a new era. So take that time, put on a candle, whatever it is to you, put on some nice music and create that dream board to dream again. And that's going to help you with your goals then. So these are the goals that you want to create, and you want to be thinking very clearly about, well, what are my goals for the year? What date do I want to achieve them? You must be putting in a date there. And then again, why is it important to me? Fill that out. That's really important for you to think about. Why is that goal important? Because if you're not thinking about why, then, you know, like James says, other things are going to come in and steal your time. Why is that goal important for you moving forward? Then, you know, as a mother, and, you know, I know many other mums out there, this is so critical. And, you know, mums, dads, whatever it is, you know, if you haven't set aside time for your business, guess what? Everything else is going to come into play. You know, like James said, all of those things are going to happen and you're not going to have time for your business. And, you know, I hear this a lot. Oh, I don't have time to build it. Well, we all got time. It's just how you allocate it and how you prioritize it. And if you've really written out how you want to be remembered, if you've written out your goals and you're really connecting to why you're wanting it, you're going to find time. And so this is the most important thing that you can do. You know, if you had a job, you would be going to your job between that hour and that hour. And if someone called up and wanted you to go and pick up something or do something, well, then you're not available. If you had a business that was, you know, I had a shop. I opened the doors at this time. I closed the doors at that time. I can't change that around. That's my opening hours. And so you want to think about that for your business. Treat it like a business and it will start paying you like a business. If you treat it like a hobby that you do whenever you feel like it, sometimes not, it will always be like that. And that's okay if that's all you're wanting. But if you're really wanting to move forward, set aside your weekly time blocks. Block out that time for all of the things that you do, and then what you're going to spend on Nanotech. And you will see, if you really devote yourself to those times, you will start achieving those goals. And then it's always comes down to those daily actions. Always. It's, you know, it's what you do daily that really impacts your future. And so, you know, you want to review your goals. One thing that I would also add into here is just taking maybe 5 minutes to visualize. Just take that little moment, get your dream board out, take that moment to visualize, because when you take action from that inspired state, you know, you're excited, you're energized, rather than, oh, I've got to do those calls today, I'm not really that excited about it. You want to be from that inspired state, because, you know, those calls that you're doing is linked to that holiday you want to go on. And so, you know, then you're excited about making the calls. So, you know, you want to be thinking about what things that you're thankful for, and then also be looking at your top 3 things that you want to do each day. So the top 3 must-dos each day, you know, you want to put those in, and then what work you want to do, and then also what personal. So, you know, are you going to exercise? You know, are you going for a massage? Whatever that is, you want to add that into there too. And obviously your daily schedule will kind of match in with the time blocks that you've done. And I like there where it's, you tick the box. I've reminded myself why I do this. So again, it's like you're connecting your why, you're connecting your purpose, you're connecting the legacy that you want to your daily actions. And that is so powerful. And then when you plan your next day, you read your why again, you have your big 3 things written out for the next day, and then any other to-do things are transferred there. So here's what you do now. Download the planner if you haven't already. You can find it in your AIM email that was sent to you yesterday or in the resource library. Then start to plan your life. And what I want you to do right this minute, I'm going to give you maybe 1 minute, is to find a day that you're going to do this. So find a day on your calendar, get your phone out, do it right now, find that day and put this in your diary. Because if you don't, everything else will happen and you won't get this done. So put it in your diary. Like I said, I personally like between that January to New Year, but you do it. If you want to do it now, go ahead. So put that in. I'll give you a couple of seconds to finish that off. So you want to set aside about half a day. So take your time with this. This is really important. Before the end of the year, grab your Impact Plus, you know, whatever your herbal tea that James likes to have, and fill your planner out. Print it off, print out the daily planner and buy a nice folder so it's all ready to go. So you're ready to start that year, you're organized, you put it into your daily planner folder and you follow that daily. And then commit and transform, feel more purposeful, more confident, and achieve those dreams and goals in your heart. 2022 is your year. It is your year, and it's just time to dream again and to achieve those goals, those dreams in your heart. You can do it, and we know that corporate's cheering you on, and we are too.
So thanks very much, Manatech, for allowing us to be here with you. We're so excited about next year. We're so excited about finishing this year off. It's going to be an incredible year. Everything changes for you right now. God bless everyone. Bye.
Bye.